They come up and they say, well, we want to go out somewhere this afternoon, or for the day, we want to go out somewhere, and what have you got on? So we reel off what we have for the day, and they don't know. So I say, well, what do you want, seaside or country?
Oh, the seaside. Beaches for the children, paddling.
The advantage of being on a coach, you sit more higher than in a car. You can see over the hedges and see the scenery all round more.
But not only that, you're not bothered with the traffic, are you?
And also, I think you see more of the country from a coach than you do from a private car.
Yeah, mate, sitting like a lady at large, I can enjoy every bit of it. I've always found them most comfortable and convenient. If you travel around on your own, you don't get to see the places like you would. With the driver, he explains everything as you go along and points out the places of most interest.
They get in the coach days, you're completely in someone else's hands. And he said you feel that the driver is responsible for you, and it takes even the responsibility of yourself from your own shoulders. You can actually just even relax your whole mind, and the driver will carry you around if necessary.
I think it's a housewife's dream, because you just haven't got a thing to worry about.
And also, the wife is free from any worries about meals and all that sort of stuff.
I like the peacefulness of it. I like the pleasant people you usually find, pleasant company.
Well, we cater for a very wide variety of people, from stevedores going to football matches, international and so on, to theatrical groups travelling to competitions.
Then we have the Bournemouth Natural Science Society. They do a lot of private hunts.
And during the summer months, we organise outings under the headings of the various sections: archaeology, geology, geography, botany.
Those sort of people know where they want to go, don't they?
Oh, yes.
They always know where they want to go.
I'm secretary of the local allotment association. Each year, we take 2 gardens or stately homes which we visit.
We get almost anything from dart clubs to parties of Americans coming over, wanting to hire a coach for 8 days and seeing everything.
Well, I'm the secretary of the Factory Angling Club. We have our own stretch of river near Welshpool, which we managed to hire. Unfortunately, we have to start fairly early to get there in decent time. Last Sunday, for instance, we started just after dawn.
We do have to get up early to go fishing, but we only have to walk to the corner. The coach picks us up there. A lot of the men at the factory live round here, and our road's the first pick-up point. To some people, the idea, you mention a coach trip, and they immediately think, oh, a rowdy charabanc outing. But it's not like that at all. Well, at least ours isn't. They usually manage to get most of the creels in the boot, and the rods go in the racks above the seats. We stopped 6 or 7 more places through the town to pick up more people, and the coach driver can really get going towards the river.
Well, I'm the secretary of a rambling club. What I like to do is to get away. In fact, the only time I can get away is at weekends. I find myself creeping out about 6 in the morning, as a matter of fact. I like to be there pretty early before the others come along to join me.
Come on, Billy, do stop messing about.
Billy, do hurry up, or we'll never get there. More tea?
Yes, please. Now, come along, children, or we're going to miss that coach.
Well, you've cut it a bit fine, haven't you? Come along, all aboard, all aboard. Come on, Norma. Been waiting all day for you. Right. Here you get.
Miles and I started pottering around, and before I knew where I was, we were late. If we had missed the coach, it would have been the last straw. After my having got up early to get the picnic ready, time just seemed to have gone somewhere. We got up early enough, goodness knows. But once we were on the coach and able to relax, everything was all right.
went off to their fishing on the weekends. We'd never see anything of them. But apart from that, it's such a rush all the week, the hurly-burlies, the town and the traffic and the housework, and some of us work as well, that we really like to get away for a day's real peace and quietness in the country. And it really is peaceful and quiet. You can really relax and just think about nothing, just sit and do nothing at all. It's marvellous.
People are becoming car-minded, and the coach is a good comparison with a car. And I think they'll turn far more readily today to a coach than they would 5 or 10 years ago. I'm quite certain that the coaching business has got quite a future in front of it. You can have an angling club who can hire a coach and all go off, have a full day's fishing, no worry about how they're going to get home. The coach is there waiting for them to come back at whatever time they want to come back, whichever way they want to come back, whichever route they like to take, with the odd stop for reasons best known to anglers. We consider that the seats today are very comfortable indeed. We've gone into a lot of research, tried to make it fit the average man, who we believe doesn't exist, but they really are very comfortable. And the coaches are heated, but you can also obtain, and these are coming into use now, individual fresh air as you have on an aircraft above your head. You can have it on or off to suit yourself. Motorways are coming into being, and the result is that the express coach services are speeding up, and they're getting people across the country far quicker than they ever did before. The fares are low for the distances covered, and another thing we do emphasize is the fact that when you travel by coach, you're guaranteed a seat. If you've booked and you've got a ticket, well then that's it, you've got a seat. Then we run day tours and half-day tours, a very good way of having a restful day out, away from the headaches that go with driving yourself. We're also operating holiday tours, tours of 2 or 3 days, a week, up to 12 or 15 days, covering most of England, Scotland and Wales, and some tours to Ireland. A large part of our business is private hire work, and here the whole emphasis is different. In tours work, we select the places that the coaches visit. We have to judge what places and journeys are going to appeal to the majority of people, cater for all ages and all tastes. But with private hire, it's the other way round. A group of people with a specialized interest can choose exactly what they want to do or see, and we will take them there. We try particularly to set ourselves out to cater for organizations like rambling clubs. We would take them out to some country point and put them down, and they'll wander over their favorite haunt, and we'll pick them up at some other place and bring them home again. This is a part of our job which is growing.
Today we're going out to Snowdonia, going to kick off from there. And now I usually go with the sea party, which is the walk rather than the hard climb. But I enjoy it. Something I look forward to quite a lot. In fact, I'm a bit of an amateur painter.
But my main job is showing parties of students, mainly foreign students, around Britain, showing them interesting places in Britain, and also at the same time showing them the British way of life. I find it quite stimulating, and we have a lot of fun. You know, there's a tremendous sort of enthusiasm which takes you along, even though you get to know these places backwards yourself. In actual fact, the last trip with the students was to Oxford, and we did what I call my regular tour of the colleges. And I hadn't realized it, but there was a music festival on that week, and while we were walking around, we stumbled on a rehearsal out in the open, and of course the students are really delighted.
Men are very keen, and our club is very active. They go over the place weekends and bank holidays to do fishing in various parts of the country. And the secretary is very good. They go in for all these big competitions. They'll travel from one side of the country to the other to go in for the All England and these big national competitions. Well, the particular driver that we usually have, he is an angler as well, so he enjoys himself doing his own bit of fishing, and he brings his sandwiches with him, and sometimes we give him a cup of tea, or someone else who's got a primus, they offer him a cup of tea. He's really like one of the family. He gets to know us all, and he joins in. He seems quite happy and gets his fishing done as well.
It's surprising the type of person who goes on this. Even the ardent motorist today finds relaxation in going by coach. They see far more. They haven't got to concentrate on the driving side of it at all. They can look about. They can even see over garden walls that they've been going past for years and never knew what was on the other side. And all this unfolds itself in a coach tour. It's a new world to anyone who's never done it before.
A coach outing is a family outing for us, because if we have a car, but if we go by car, Miles is busy concentrating on the road and he isn't with us. But when we go by coach, we are sure of a seat, and everything is all laid on for us, as it were, and we're all free to attend to the children. By the time the coach got to the seaside, it was a brilliant blue sky. There was just that nice little breeze coming in off the sea, which stopped it from being too hot. Well, we found a pleasant little spot, sheltered, and we were right in the sun. And then the children started playing around. They got their spades and buckets out and all the accessories that go on the beach. And I just sat back and relaxed and soaked in the sun. There was a beauty competition on while we were there, so we sort of hovered around in the background just to get a glimpse of it, and I was, interested in seeing these girls, and the way they deck themselves out is really something. I do admire them. One of the nice things about the seaside is always unexpected surprises. If the children get bored just being on the beach, there's usually a fun fair or a roller skating rink that they're very interested in.
All this business of showing people around places, even though one may have seen these places over and over again. I find it very, very satisfying indeed. I find I learn something new each time from each place that I visit. Well, whilst we were going around Oxford, we met quite a number of other parties. They were primarily people who had come to the music festival, and they were private hire parties like ourselves. It's not only in the summer that we do this. We travel around a lot in the autumn and the winter, and we organize parties for the theatre and concerts and trips to see art exhibitions. I find there are interesting things to do all the year round.
Looking back on my own childhood, things I remember when we went off as a family together, and some of those days still remain in my memory. I think I try to do the same for my own children, and I hope that it will mean the same to them when they're older, to be able to look back on these and think of these nice family outings, and they had pleasant days, and they all seemed to be sunny, and perhaps they weren't, right? Like when we went to Rill.
Well, for me, it was the people I met, and there again, I didn't meet extraordinary people, I just met nice people.
They say that's champion, and they go away very, very happy. No, it doesn't take much stirring up, you know, in a coach. If people feel they want to be sociable, it's there. It's there. You don't have to do much to make them happy and make them feel as though they're one of a happy group.
When you see something then, and you're at home, and you're watching television, and you've been to a particular place and it's shown there, you think, oh, I've been there, and you're obviously straight away impressed more than you would be if you hadn't been there.
Well, the driver is very good. He stops at far more places coming home than he stops at in the mornings going, and if somebody says, oh, I live on the next corner, he'll stop there and drop you off there, if it's convenient, of course.
It's been a very pleasant day, and this is one time where we were grateful that we could all relax in the coach, and I can tell you none of us needed any rocking.
There's no doubt about it that coaching can widen the horizon of a holiday and really make you feel that you've done something very real when you get back.